I started actually my high school in Jerome, Arizona at Mingus High School, my freshman year. And Jerome is a small town, 440 people. I moved down to Phoenix when I was about 16, and I went to Mountain Point High School. And the move to Phoenix was quite challenging. I went from a small town of 400 people to a city with over 4 million and found it quite a big change. My family had gone through some financial hardship. My parents were working incredibly hard to support us, and I was helping out, also working several jobs. It was a lot of sleepless nights. Studying was, of course, a challenge. I was also trying to fit in sports and kind of have a pretty normal high school life.
I was Sky's teacher his sophomore year when he took geometry at Mountain Point High School, and then again when he was a senior in pre-calculus. You could just tell that he had big things that was planned. He was one of those students that would help anybody that asked him a question. If I was busy with a couple students, I'd tell him, go ask Sky. And Sky would go and help.
Coming from the background of growing up in Jerome and then coming to ASU was an opportunity, and he really believed it as an opportunity. From day one, it was really apparent how smart and driven Sky was.
My time at Arizona State was transformational. If you were a student who really cared about the education and about the opportunities afforded to you, and I found Arizona State, the professors really invested in you.
So while he was at ASU, he got so engaged with lots and lots of different activities, and I think really became a broad-based learner, and that's benefited him because once he graduated from ASU, he's become a real serial entrepreneur.
So he started at Lehman Brothers before the crash, and he was one of the first people kind of at ASU to get and land a prime job on Wall Street.
And I was kind of like, it's about time I hang a shingle, take some risk and do something impactful. But I didn't want it to just be any business. I wanted it to be something that would have an impact on the world. And that's when I started Pure Harvest Smart Farms. It is a technology-enabled agribusiness that lets us use technology to grow food in the middle of the desert and offer food security, water conservation, and a more sustainable food value chain in a region that's really a true food desert.
When we have young alumni that are doing things of the significance that Sky is doing, we have to honor them. We're lucky to be able to honor him because it says to the world, this is what ASU is all about.
Well, he's one of many students that over the years has shaped me. There's always those students that stick out, and he was one of them. And he's why I teach. Yeah, I remember hugging him at graduation because I knew he had gone through a really tough stretch. And remember, he was going to be successful, I could just tell. He was the type of kid that was not going to let anybody stand in his way.